In this video, I'm going to show you what I have been buying recently, so far, halfway through April. I don't buy a lot of clothes, but recently I have had to, because as you know, having my colours done and going grey has meant a bit of a wardrobe changeover. But also we do have the addition that actually the silhouette, shape and trends are quite unique and totally wearable. So I'm taking the opportunity to actually shop probably more this year than in other years. So if you're new here, welcome. If you are one of the community and have been for a while, then you will know my taste and style, which is, I would say, modern, classic, fashionable classic perhaps. I'm also going to be showing you what you've been buying, because you've got fantastic taste, and what you buy can actually enable the community to actually determine what they need in their wardrobe as well. So I think it's always useful to actually include that too. Links will be both in the description box but also in the comments, so do go to comments as well. And first up, it's Uniqlo. I have just bought this polo sweater from Uniqlo, which I absolutely adore. There is a navy as well, and the way I am wearing it is with a collarless little jacket that I've had in my wardrobe for ages. You know how you have things in your wardrobe and there's those rules that if you haven't worn it for a year, throw it out. Well, for a couple of years I haven't worn this, and now I'm loving it. I'm wearing it quite a lot with a variety of different things, and it goes so well with this. So if you've got a brown jacket in your wardrobe, this is wonderful. But I've also put together a collection of items that will pair with this to get the same kind of look. I also picked up a little light t-shirt. This is a colour that I thought would suit me, being a soft summer. So it's soft, it's sort of got the grey mixing with it, and it's not a yellowing colour at all. That's where I'm migrating my wardrobe to, as you know. I have to say, I do love not only this colour, but I do love Uniqlo materials. I think that they really do come out with some very good quality materials. So this is a fantastic fit. Cap sleeves, which I'm seeing actually quite commonly at the moment, so I think it's kind of a trend. It's a bit of it's not a tight fit, it's a normal fit. It's not oversized, relaxed, which some of you may well like, the fact that it's actually more of a traditional fit. This t-shirt is actually quite long. I would tend to tuck it in. That would be me, as you know, that's my body shape. One of the things you could do, because of the length of it, actually is belt it, and I think that would be quite a nice look too. Wear a white belt with it, and maybe some of them with white jeans, or ecru belt and ecru jeans. That would be lovely. Ana Luisa, which is one of my favourite jewellery brands, is having a Mother's Day sale at the moment. So briefly, Ana Luisa specialises in fine jewellery and are sponsoring this segment of the video. So I'm going to show you some pieces that are new in my wardrobe from there. But before we do that, let's have a look at what I'm wearing, because I've got my Ana Luisa on, because I'm always wearing it. I've just been out for coffee with friends. So I've got some little earrings here that I've actually had in for quite a few days. I've even been washing my hair in them. A bit of a sparkle, silver with a bit of sparkle on as well. And I've also got my Ina necklace, which I'm constantly wearing too. It's just so handy just to know you've got something around your neck and you don't have to go rummaging to look for something when you go out, because it's there, because you're living in it. I'm sure you know that Ana Luisa is available readily in the States. I've seen it in the high-end department store. Their packaging is very economical, look, cardboard. But what they have done is brought out some gifting packaging. One of the sets of earrings that I selected are these little rings. And that is because I already have this in gold, and I have worn these so much in gold that I wanted to get them in the silver. Now it's going to be a similar story for the next set I got. These are the Perry, and again I have these in gold and wear them so much. They're great for going out for lunch, where you want to wear something maybe that shows, it's dangling, but you don't want a lot of sparkle and you don't want it to be evening-y. So that's why I do wear these an awful lot in the gold. I was going through my collection saying, I really want these in silver, and then Ana Luisa approached me like, okay, I know what I'm getting. You can see them. I've got shorter hair now. If you are like me and you've discovered you need to be wearing cooler tones because you've gone grey, to have a cohesive look, it really does help to wear silver, because that is also cool toned. It just brings the whole thing to life if you're wearing the right colour. I've just noticed, actually, as I was putting the earrings in, I've also got this ANGLAIS bracelet that has just been living on me. On to the next set of earrings, and again, they're little hoops. One of the tricks that I used when I was migrating from gold to silver was actually to get mixed tone jewellery, because I actually really found it odd to see myself in silver jewellery, and it didn't really look right to me because I was so used to the wrong colour, gold, on me. So I was using two tones. That's a real trick you can use, and then eventually you just migrate to silver anyway, because you've got used to yourself in silver. Then I have got a unique link down below for you that you can use, so do take the opportunity to use that and get your fine jewellery that just, for me, lasts and lasts, and I just live in whilst the sale is on. And thank you, Anna Louisa, for sponsoring that segment of the video. Now, the brands I've chosen that I bought my clothes from are ones that are available in the States, Canada, the UK, and Australia as well, in some cases too. And that includes the British brands, such as Boden. And this is a t-shirt that, well, you'll recognise it, because if you've been part of the community for a while, you know that a few years ago I bought this t-shirt in navy and in a white, and then last year I added a raspberry pink colour. And what Boden do is bring out a new colours every year, as well as your neutrals like your navies and whites and so on, and black. And so I could not resist getting this in teal. The reason being, if you know when I did the video on grey hair and contrast, one of the observations I made in that video was that teal is one of those colours that we can all wear because there's enough warmth in it for warm-toned, undertoned people, and there's enough cool in it for cool, undertoned people. So then there was a lot of debate. Well, it's so hard to find teal, isn't it? So I was finding a lot of teal for you. So when I saw my favourite t-shirt, well, of course I had to snap it up, didn't I? So I love adding to my collection of this sort of boat neck shape t-shirt. Indulge me for a little minute, because I've just done a try on of a blouse that I have got from Boden in silk, navy silk, and I bought it for a purpose. I bought it because I'm going away next week for work, and there is an event in the evening, but it's not black tie, but it's smart, and it's in an elevated dining hall, and I was thinking, well, what am I going to wear? So I bought this to wear, and my intention is to wear it with smart white trousers that I've got a few years ago from Gwellia, that are white, that are lined, so as the blue is not showing through, the navy's not showing through. So my outfit plan is this. So you're indulging me as I try on whether this is the outfit to pack to wear and whether it's going to be appropriate for that evening. And I think it is, because it's not saying, oh, cocktail dress, I've really overdone it, no one else is in a cocktail dress, but at the same time I'm acknowledging the fact they're saying that it's in an elevated dining room and so on. So I am dressed up. And I think it's great for April as well, don't you? White trousers, it says, hey, it acknowledges summer. This is, well, it's mid-season, it's silk and navy, I've got the contrast evening bag as well, and the gold shoes, I think, work with it as well. Right, well, so thank you for helping me there. I've actually got that sorted. So this blouse is one that is not particularly fashionable. It's one that, because of that reason, it will be in my wardrobe for years, and it's always going to be that handy blouse to wear. Got a little bit of detail around the cuff there. Well, can you see the neckline there? A little bit of detail around the neckline here, and buttons down. It hangs nicely around the neck. It feels comfortable on. So I will list that. I've still got the label at the back, probably there, hanging down there. But that was a superb purchase. It will be staying in my life. Now then, Boden again, and it's actually a sweater. Look, isn't this beautiful colours for those of us who are grey or got a cool undertone? There is another colour that's darker. I believe it's a navy colour. I will link it down below. Anyway, you may think, well, a jumper, why are you doing that at this time of the year? But it's cotton, and sometimes we have chilly evenings, or we're going to sit in a pub garden, you know, and you want to have something that has got a summery spring colours, but it's actually warm. So that's why I got this, but also it will do for the winter next year. And I feel it's a colour that really works for my wardrobe now, which is what I'm aiming for, to build up that collection of clothes, and then I'll get rid of all my browns, you know, my tans and my rusts and my khakis. Very, very pretty sweater in cotton. Then another purchase from Boden is this belt, because I thought that would be quite nice over some dresses and with jeans in the summer. This down the middle here is leather. Obviously this bit here on the either side, the raffia. Now I recently bought some new t-shirts from Seasalt. Seasalt do cotton t-shirts. They do a sort of two, if you get two, they're a reduced price on their summer sailor tees. I last bought some 4 years ago or so, and so wanted to have colours now that suit me. So I chose this raspberry and also this sort of soft teal as well with white, with ivory or off-white there. They're colours that are really going to work better in my wardrobe, but also I hadn't bought these t-shirts for quite a few years, and I found that actually making a comparison that this year now the material's softer, it's more relaxed, and the sleeves are a little bit longer. They feel less rigid and thick than the previous versions. So I prefer these. I prefer these to what I had before from the material style perspective, as well as the colours are better for me anyway. I also picked up a lovely shirt from Marks and Spencer's with this blue. I love these blue. These light blues. The Dutch Canal is what Pantone is calling it, and this has broderie anglais down the front. It's got lovely weird white jeans in the summer. So that was Marks and Spencer's. I'm showing you that quickly because you have seen it before. Also, I picked up in Kettlewell sale, because Kettlewell is expensive, but I got the ROXY jacket in the sale in that lovely pink. And I am so delighted because the ROXY is actually pretty expensive. I mean, for me, anything over £100 is expensive. And so this is generally over £100. And I think I got it for, I don't know, 60 or 70, something like that. So I'm really pleased to have got that. And so if that is still available, I'll link it for you as well. And obviously they do ship to the States as well. Kettlewell, so you either know them or you don't. They work on the basis that you buy clothes on your colour. So once you know your colour palette, you shop your colour palette. Which is why I've got this lovely pink which comes up under a summer. Before I go on to looking at what you've been buying and telling you that, I'm just going to show you some shoes. I've just bought these from John Lewis. They're John Lewis' own brand and very comfortable on. They're the modern Mary Janes with the open weave, which I always thought, okay, I'm not going there, but they've been around for so long, I've actually got used to seeing people in them, and they're actually out and about in real life now. The thing is, you do find your toes come to here because of the shape of them, because they're almond shape, really. So your toes come to about here, and then you've got empty space there, but I think that's where it's meant to be. Otherwise, your toes will be squashed because this gets thinner up hit the top there. That's my only real observation, but they're very comfortable, and a blogger friend of mine had them, which is why I was wearing, and she was wearing them when I was out, and she said they're so comfortable. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go on the John Lewis website and order myself some. And then I've also picked up the ADIDAS Special, and this is in a Luna, and it's a Luna, Sand and a Luna, I believe it's called. These were reduced, and I ended up paying something like 60 odd instead of the normal price. The reason, well, I can't tell you the reason, but what I did find is that when I got them, the inner lining inside that you walk on had an embossed surface that was saying ADIDAS, and it had its emblem and so on, and I thought my feet can get really sore and I'll get blisters underneath my feet. So I changed them into Clark's. So I whipped out the inner sole and put a Clark's inner lining inside. But now, absolutely love them. As far as what you guys have been buying from my social media, I have put together a collection that is shoppable from one link. But the individual items on that link consist of a brown suede jacket that would have been bought to put together a look similar to the one I was showing earlier on, where I was wearing the blue polo neck. So I have found jackets similar to that one for you to shop to wear with light blue. That would be lovely, but obviously it's just such a versatile colour anyway. So while they're available, shop them in the States and in the UK. Some hooped earrings from Ana Luisa that are slightly larger hoop than this sort. They dangle. The Uniqlo sweater, the light blue sweater I wore in the beginning, that one. Another item that you've been buying up is still these Adidas Tokyos. I first bought these last year and was showing them in videos, but they are just still available. Not so much in this colour, which is gorgeous, isn't it? But there's so many colours. So I'm not sure if you're managing to find them in this colour or whether you're actually shopping other colours, but they are very comfortable. They're a retro style. They've got quite a low back to them, which makes them comfortable as well. And retro style is just on trend at the moment. So you can't really go wrong for 2026 in a retro trainer like that. Now, Mint Velvet has been very good this year at doing feminine denim, and I don't know if anybody else is calling this out at all. I haven't seen anyone else mention it, but I'm seeing feminine denim as a trend. We're seeing waist definition, we're seeing puff sleeves, we're seeing embossed detail, anything that just makes it not that straightforward straight line denim. And Mint Velvet have been doing that really well, and I have been sharing quite a few Mint Velvet pieces. And so there's a paisley embossed shirt with puff sleeves, or blouse with puff sleeves, that's been popular as well, and that was available in the States and the UK and is still available. There was also Mint Velvet do feminine really well, very pretty clothes, but not overly done, not girly, not young. They do work for us. And so there's a pink striped broderie anglais cotton shirt or blouse, not shirt, that I shared, and that has been very popular. And then there's of course these t-shirts as well. Now at the moment they're only available in the UK. Later on in the year you may be able to get them in the States at Nordstrom when they refresh their stock. At the moment, in the States and Canada, you can get these shipped from the UK though, and you can shop in your currency. That is available. You just sort of click your flag on the Seasalt website, and then you can get the reduced price for the two t-shirts. A few weeks ago or months ago, I was showing a light blue chambray cool blue, very pretty blue shirt in a botanical design in linen from Boden, and that was very, very popular and still is, because it's still being bought in April. There's also another pair of trainers that I don't have that I did show as an idea for you that you've been buying, which is called the SL72 OGs. Then you're liking, like me, you're liking your high waist, ankle grazer, wide leg, white jeans. And there's been a linen skirt from Quince that you've really enjoyed as well in the States. And as well as this type of t-shirt, which is more fitted, we've got relaxed, and I put one up from a brand that I don't know what brand it is at the moment, but I will link it down below. But that's been popular, just a white t-shirt. Then of course with Quince, the Bella Stretch Palazzo jeans. They just seem to be a classic. Thank you to Anna Louisa once again, and do remember to have a look at their website. I will put the link in the description box. Great time to shop their jewellery, and you know I wear it so much I don't even know I've got it on. Like I didn't know whether I got the bracelet on, for instance.